You know, I told the players in the room afterwards that I was really proud of them. I thought they came out and played with great effort and really played with toughness and, playing one of the best SEC teams year in and year out at their place. And I thought our guys just really fought and played hard. And it's unfortunate that we had a couple key mistakes that let the game get a little bit away from us, but I was proud of them. I thought they fought the whole game and gave it everything they had. And I tell them all the time, if you give it everything you have as far as toughness and effort, then you should walk out here with your head up high and be proud. And I think that's how they should walk out.
The
here.
Vandals put up more total yards than SEC opponent Auburn, but make a couple of key mistakes that swing the game open. Up next, it's senior day for Paul Petrino's team as he looks to send them out with a win. Inside the Vandals, next. Hey, welcome into another week of Inside the Vandals. I'm your host, Tom Purvis. So glad you could be with us, and we're joined now by Vandals head football coach Paul Petrino. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Well, Coach, obviously the score didn't turn out how you wanted, but against an SEC opponent, very good opponent in Auburn, you guys outgained them offensively, did a ton of good things. How are you feeling about your team after the game?
I was really proud of their effort. I thought our guys went out there and played with all kinds of energy and heart, and as well as we moved the ball, and I thought we did a lot of great things. So I told them after the game I was very proud of how hard they played and just, the effort that they gave. I was very proud of them.
How excited were you just about the offense?
I thought the offense played really well. It was good. You start the game out with a big play on the first play. You go down and score. Have the opportunity to put up 34 points on that defense. I thought, and throw a pick in the end zone, could have scored even more. So I thought they played very well. Trent Cowan had a great game. Kalen Hightower had a really good game. Both quarterbacks played well. Thought our offensive line played well, so they did a great job.
Matt Linehan and Jake Luton, like you said, they're split reps in the game. How did you like their games, respectively?
I thought they did good. I thought both of them made a lot of big plays for us. Both did a good job, and they both had one mistake. That was kind of unfortunate. They both threw an interception. But outside of that, I thought both of them moved the team well and did a good job.
With getting Jake in there, did you just want him to have that experience of playing in the stadium? Did you want to? Obviously we know that front four was very good. What was the thought process with?
I just told Jake going into the week he was going to play in this game. I thought it was important for him to get more reps. He'd been banged up and really wasn't able to play for the last couple of weeks. I'd been playing him earlier in the year, and he was back healthy, and I just thought it was a good game to get him reps.
Trent Cowan and Kalen Hightower, and you mentioned them. How have you seen them grow this season into what they are now, and then just how impressed were you with the games that they had?
Yeah, they've really improved. I think Trent's been steady all year. He's done a great job of catching the ball for us. He's done a lot of the dirty work blocking, and he's improved all year long. I think he's number 2 right now in the country for yards for tight ends. He's just had a great year for us. Kalen's really came on the last 4 weeks. Sometimes with junior college players, it takes them till about the middle of that first year to get going. And he's really shown signs. Those two should both be definite forces next year.
Yeah, how big is it that really on offense you're going to be losing Elijah Penny and Dallas Sandberg, and obviously those are 2 big losses, but other than that, you're going to have everyone back.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's really exciting for the future. And unfortunately for Penny, he didn't get to play much in that game, but I think he's going to be okay for the final. So we kind of got to get a feel for a game without him, and we moved the ball well, and I just think offensively, we have a chance to be really special next year.
You mentioned after the game that as impressed as you were with the offense, you're going to look back on the mistakes that would have put you guys in the game even that much more. If you take away those mistakes, do you feel like that game really could have gone either way?
It would have been close for sure. I think the 2 interceptions and the fake punt. But that's the stuff we got to get over. We got to get to that next step and not make those mistakes. But just for the offense to move the ball up and down the field against a team like that, we only punted 3 times. That was a very good showing for them.
As you see your team progress, and as you've been here, you guys play, it seems like 1 or 2 Power 5 conferences every year. Do you feel like this is one of the best performances you've had to date?
Oh, no question. The only 2 teams that scored more points than we did were Arkansas and LSU. So they've played a lot of good teams, and we put more points on the board than everybody else. And so it definitely shows that we're going in the right direction and we're taking steps, and now we just got to continue to improve.
All right, well, Sarah Jacobson had a chance to catch up with Idaho Vandals defensive back Dorian Clark.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So you're originally from Jacksonville, Florida. So what brought you to University of Idaho?
Just recruiting. Coach Petrino did a good job of coming down, and he has a good way of recruiting. So I've always been a big fan of Coach Petrino, and I love to play for him.
Definitely. So you're a sophomore, so you still have a little bit of time left with the Vandals. Well, quite a bit of time left with the Vandals. So looking at this season, what are your goals that going forward for the rest of the season, and what about the off time? What is your goals for the off season?
My goal every week is just to compete and try to get better each and every week, and just keep grinding, and so I can just keep getting better. And off season, the same thing, just recover, get my body back recovered, and go back to just getting better for next season, getting prepared.
Of course. What's your overall takeaway from this season? What would you say?
Just to bounce back when things go bad, and just always stay up, and just keep working through anything.
No, definitely. So I'm going to take you out of football for a second, but what is something that people don't know about you outside of football?
I'm a mama's boy. I'm a big family guy. I talk to my mom every chance I get, and that's probably it.
No, I love that. That is a great answer. Well, thank you so much, Dorian, for talking to us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
With Inside the Vandals, I'm Sarah Jacobson. Back to you.
Hey, thanks, Sarah. Nice piece there on Dorian Clark. Dorian, he's only a sophomore coming in. What do you like about what he brings to your defense?
Oh, you like everything about Dorian. He's just he's an overachiever. There's no player that you see working harder around this building than him. He's always out on the field in the summer, early in the morning, late at night. Seems like whatever time I come here to work with my kids, Dorian's out on that field working extra. So he's going to always be the very best he can be. He always works hard on his technique. He's just a great young man, and you like everything about Dorian.
You talk about him just putting in the extra time. Do you like to bring in guys like that, or are there some guys that come in with it and some guys it has to be cultivated a little more?
A little bit of both. I think some guys have it, they have that natural drive, and those are usually the ones that become the best, and then some you gotta teach them and get them. And the good thing about guys like Dorian is they'll pull guys with them. So usually when they're out there working, they get guys that go out there with them, and they get those guys to work too.
Is it exciting too? He's a sophomore. You also have Caden Ellis, who has had a great season. This youth on your defense, does that excite you for next season?
It
as well?
sure does. Caden's another guy that's always going to be working and doing extra. So those are two good young players that really know how to work and know how to be their best, and I think they'll pull guys with them that direction.
He's Vandals head coach Paul Petrino. We're going to take a break, but when we're back, we discuss Senior Day of the Dome. It's coming up this Saturday as the Vandals take on Texas State. Stick around. Inside the Vandals is back after this.